All right, first at 4, drama unfolding right now as we speak in Cleveland Heights.
The mayor put out a video accusing city council of illegally meeting behind closed doors. Katie Tursik with the actions the mayor is now taking.
Unfortunately, I've been made aware of some definitive evidence that a majority of council and multiple council committees met and deliberated illegally.
Cleveland Heights Mayor Khalil Surin took to social media Monday night, posting a 7-minute-long video calling for an investigation into alleged misconduct by city council.
Council members chose to violate their duty and the public trust by meeting in secret to discuss and set up decisions while excluding several of their colleagues and you, their constituents.
Surin is Cleveland Heights' first mayor. People I spoke to shocked to hear the accusations against city council.
Well, you know, this is only the second year we've had a mayor. It was always a administrator that was picked from the council. So I think they're still feeling their way.
The mayor says he has instructed the city's law director to hire someone from outside to investigate this.
Well, if it's true what the mayor said, it should definitely be investigated.
And if it's true, that means city council is violating Ohio's sunshine laws by conducting city business in private outside of public view.
I mean, they should work hand in hand. It's kind of like the president and Congress. If Congress met and the president didn't know, that'd be a big deal.
To be fair, I reached out to City Council President Tony Kuda to get his side of the story. He told me he was surprised by the video and denies doing anything wrong, telling me, quote, "The responses I've seen on social media tell me that our residents want this administration to be focusing on solving real problems facing our city, like improving city services, maintaining our city facilities, and making our streets safer. Perhaps if when the mayor and council leadership resume our weekly meetings, we can get back to work on the issues our residents really care about." In Cleveland Heights, Katie Tursik, 19 News.